What up, y'all? It's Michael with Post Strategic 5 with a very special video from 2014 United States Marine Corps Camp Lejeune 8th Communications Battalion's Motor Pool, also known as 8th Crime. Yes, they really called it 8th Crime. If you know, you know. That first truck you saw was a wrecker. Imagine a tow truck with a wrecking ball, hence wrecker. All these vehicles on the right, 7 tons. On the left, you're about to see some quad cons. There's also a 7-ton setup with a water bowl, which is designed to move water. Also, hazmat pits over there at the left, and another truck we're going to really get into in a minute. But these 7 tons on the right, armored and unarmored. And when you're in the civilian world, you do not want to be in an armored vehicle. The doors are super heavy, windows don't roll down, bulletproof, our basketball court. And every truck, every vehicle in this motor pool, we'll call it a sunroof. So they all have a turret for our 50 caliber. So if you were a smoker, you're not supposed to smoke in these vehicles, or if you just didn't have any air conditioning in the summer, you always undid those turrets. So it was always a lot of work no matter what you were doing. Now those vehicles are called LVSRs, which are super dope because at the time that new Batman came out with Christian Bale, and it was like, oh, the nuclear warhead, what truck are they driving? And come to find out, those are water bowls right there on the right. Come to find out, and a Humvee, obviously. Humvee, high mobility, multi-wheel vehicle, if you ever want to know how to spell it. So that movie came out, and, for small talk, it was like, oh, what do you do for a living? And it's like, oh, I'm a United States Marine, and did you ever see that new Batman? Oh, yeah, I drive that for a living. So, it made small talk and stuff really cool. Now, this was like the #1 skate spot, this whole back corner you're about to see. And, of course, when we were teaching Marines, because I got out as a corporal, not to toot my own horn, but I picked up corporal in under 3 years, and that's very difficult to do in Motor T. So, yeah, not to toot my own horn, but we got there. So anyway, that's trailers on the left, that thing in the middle, and then those are trailers on the right. But this thing in the middle, I got to take a minute to really show my appreciation for how dope this piece of equipment is. So, it's called a mind roller, all right? So they teach us how to connect it to our vehicles. We can connect it to the 7 tons LVSRs in both Cougar and MATV. So this thing, basically, when we went to school, it was like keep both hands on the wheel, right? Yeah, right. When you got to this license, you had to get a license for every single vehicle. You couldn't just say, I drive this, so I got a license for that. Don't work that way. I got a bus license, an ambulance license, and anything else you can imagine. But the idea behind that thing, which has its own joystick, which is super dope. So the idea is it hits the improvised explosive device IED, and then it blows up. So it saves your life. Lord knows, there's no such thing as a Lord, but whatever, the world knows how many people those things have saved their life. That right there is called the Cougar MRAP. So we had the Humvee, that was the upgrade to that. And soon you're going to see the upgrade to that, the Cougar MRAP. So this right here, 7 tons, got a piece of comm equipment on the back of that one. And then the inside of an unarmored 7-ton, it's already designed and made for troops. The seats are already out, as you can see. Everything on this truck comes apart. We had more jobs than we did trucks. So it was always break trucks down, building them back up. That's all we did. And I did destructive weather teams with these guys. You might hear that in my original commentary from this video. I've obviously edited it, talking about it now with this. It is not the original audio recording. So, on the left here, you're going to see a busted up Humvee. And on the right, you're going to see more of the back of a 7-ton. I probably should have did more work on it, but I didn't care. I already knew what's inside all these vehicles, obviously. That's the upgrade to that Cougar MRAP. That's probably the second best vehicle. If you ask my honest opinion, I loved the unarmored 7-ton. That was my favorite vehicle to drive easy. Probably second would be the LVSR. On the right, you see more water bowls, and then there's all different types of trailers. Some of them are for the Humvees, some of them are for the 7-tons. All really, easiest way to say is it depends on size. But there's also other ways you could tell, obviously, but you got to do the job to really understand it. And that's more comm equipment, more Humvees. And, this was my last walk around my motor pool. It meant a lot to me, the whole job, everything. And I think we're just about at the point where we're safe to go back to my original audio recording. So I hope y'all enjoyed this.
Use it never works. This whole line is all of our trucks that are broken down. As you can see, the Marine Corps is very short on funds. They do not have a lot of money. So, alright, that was the last stroll through the motor pool.
Feels good updating the door finally. I got over 25 plus new subs, so y'all just reach out, show me an email, show me a pic, let me get you on the door. I want to show some love to Clown Love, Hims, and Landry. Thank you all for subbing up, and until next time, whoop whoop and you gotta add some Semper Fi to this video as well, right?